the continuing Somali problem in America. We have an image of Ilhan Omar says the founding fathers would support Somali migration. No, they wouldn't. They would not like you. I don't know what they look. I'm not going to speak on behalf of the founding fathers because I have nothing but the utmost respect. But do I think that they would have maybe enslaved you or murdered you? Potentially. And do I respect that? Yeah, they were trying to keep their country right instead of what's happening today. They're rolling in their graves looking at what we're doing today. I don't think they would see them and be like, yes, one day you will funnel $8 billion in fraud by stealing meals from hungry children and lying about kids with autism. I don't think that's what they would like, you guys. Vermont school district raises the Somalian flag. Well, there you go. There it is. Did they take down the Palestine flag to do this? That's their flag. It doesn't even look like a real flag. It's like too simple. It's like blue with a white star. How does that represent Somalia? It should be the poop emoji. That should be the Somalian flag that they're raising up. Do those look like Americans besides the one white guy watching? I'm like, he looks like the principal or actually no, he looks like a PE teacher. But yeah, I don't believe in controversial statement. I don't believe we should be raising any flags besides the American flag. And I'm not a hypocrite. That goes for the Israeli flag, too. That should be in Israel, and no Palestine flags ever should be waved in this country because we're not allies with them and we don't align with them. And yeah, there should be no other flags raised. Like, why are we doing this? At least maybe the flag is to warn that, like, for the Somalians that they can go there and collect their fraud at that specific school, and then that makes more sense. We have an image. Did Ilhan Omar marry her brother? I've been told that she did for a very long time now, and it's really frustrating because, like, she either did or she didn't, and we need to get to the bottom of it. She would have to do to get him paid. Oh, yeah, she said she was going to do what she has to do to get him paid. Okay, but here's the thing. Would we be surprised? Would anyone be surprised by this? Literally at all. All the immigrants going to the UK, all their kids, we've covered on the show. They're all born retarded because they all like have sex with their brothers and first cousins, and then the government has to take care of the kids because they're all messed up. That is very normal. Everyone makes fun of white people for doing that, and it's actually very normal in all of these countries. So I wouldn't be surprised. But either way, if she did marry her brother, she needs to be held, like, in the court of law, and also she just needs to be deported. We're very over her at this point. No one cares. She's really awful. She does not. Nothing about her has to do with America, and that's what is so annoying. I mean, you even have like, what's that? Ted Cruz or whatever, being like, "I am here to serve Israel." So go back to Israel then. Why are you here? The only people you should be serving are the American people, not the Israelis, not the Omars, none of them. Okay, just American people. Other than that, I don't want you in any form of government whatsoever. Go back to where you want to be. Okay, and then we have more confusion about vaccinations. We have a video of Dr. Deborah Birx is demanding that pregnant women be vaccinated. Oh, that's nice.
Well, I was really hoping that everybody would take this opportunity to have a broader public health.
It's a chain link necklace.
It's not that I'm against the birth dose, but something is putting pregnant women still at risk. And we should be concerned both about the pregnant mom and the baby. And I want to know what we are doing to ensure pregnant women do not get infected and they are protected in young adulthood. And so we have some really significant questions since we started the birth dose in the late 90s. Many of those women have reached childbearing age. Are they still protected against infection? And we know they're protected against what we call chronic active hepatitis, but are they protected against infection? So we need to be titering pregnant women. We need to be boosting them if they need to. And pregnant women who've never been vaccinated, we need to vaccinate them. I think it's okay to have a safety net for the babies, but let's figure out why we have failed women.
Failed women? Deborah's like, we need to murder the babies. She is, what a scary, scary woman. I don't understand this thing. So in most other countries, I think Japan, the COVID vaccine has literally been pulled off the shelves because you guys, it's not a conspiracy that it didn't work. Everyone I know some people I know who are unvaccinated never got it, which is crazy. I got it multiple times, but I was chilling. I was at a warehouse party that night with no taste or smell, okay? I was the super spreader, grandma killer, everything you guys told me. Actually, when I lost my taste and smell, it was the healthiest I've ever been. I literally had ate the most disgusting healthy food for 1 month. I had 0% body fat. I was crushing it. But it's widely known that women aren't supposed to eat sushi or get their nails done or dye their hair or whatever it is. But yeah, you should just jab yourself with multiple needles that have no testing and are known to literally kill people. And then in the Pfizer trials, no one likes to talk about this when they talk about how much they care about the baby. Over 90% of the babies inside women died. It's literally a baby killing vaccine. I have all this. I could pull up all this information. I just kind of thought at this point. But this woman is she's so evil. It's so weird to promote wanting to kill babies and to harm mothers. She looks like she kind of fits the bill of someone that would do that. But it's so weird because I'm it's common sense when you're pregnant, you don't get vaccines. It's literally common sense, especially you're talking about a COVID vaccine, which once again has not had years of testing. And then she's saying we should boost them too. And I'm okay, so you're working for Bill Gates because you just want to kill people because that's all this is. Everyone knows the vaccine didn't work. Everyone I know who has it has side effects. People are dropping dead. They're having heart attacks. They're blaming the weather. 24-year-olds have heart inflammation, myocarditis. Autoimmune disorders are popping up. This is widely known. So these people are sick. I still don't understand how Fauci's just literally walking around. We have the former CDC director, Rochelle Walensky, on how trustworthy vaccines are.
There are two other things that I think are not as transparent. One is the Vaccines for Children's program. So you've heard a lot about discussions about the vaccine schedule and whether they will change the vaccine schedule. The reason that the vaccine schedule is important is because it informs the policy of the Vaccines for Children's program. And this is a program that delivers vaccines free of charge to our children who are under and uninsured. And the reason that that is so important is because we need population protection whether or not those children have insurance. And it is that program that I think is at risk based on the schedule. One final thing in that is the Vaccine Injury Compensation Program. We acknowledge that there are true, albeit rare, injuries associated with vaccines. And when they are adjudicated, those people should merit some compensation for those injuries. In order to keep both physicians and our manufacturers
paid,
free of responsibility from that for those very rare
free of liability
injuries, there is this program that compensates people for them. And that program is at risk right now. And in the absence of that program, we may see manufacturers, we've seen it before, choose not to make vaccines.
So one, you don't want anything if it's free. I'll tell you that right now. If the government is saying, let us give you this needle in your arm for free, because we want you to be safe, that should be your first red flag. Second of all, do you like how she's very clear, but then when she talks about vaccine injuries, all of a sudden she's kind of stuttering, she's tripping over her own words, and she's it's very rare, but in the case it happens, we have, we can just pay you out for your injuries. And I'm yeah, but vaccine injuries aren't something that you get over in a couple months. Most of them are lifelong and you can't recover from. And also, how much is that? How much is your health forever affected? What is the payment on that? But the way she starts to stumble when she talks about that is very interesting. And then it was funny because they were saying that if we're super transparent about it, people won't want to get vaccines. And I'm oh my God, you said the quiet part out loud. Yes, if you start talking about vaccine injuries and the lawsuits and payouts, you're right. People might go, oh, this doesn't seem as safe as I thought. People are literally getting paid for being injured. Granted, most of these people are broke and they probably take being injured paid out by a vaccine company rather than working at this point. But still, they say the quiet part out loud. They say that, yes, people are getting injured. It's happening. And by the way, it's not rare. If you look at the data, it's not rare, okay?